If it's a day called today, we're talking guitars and life.
Well, welcome back everybody to another exciting episode of Quit Stalling in Wet Sand. Yeah, guys, it's Ted Talks Guitars and Life, Jake. What's happening, baby? Yeah, guys, it has been about 8 days since I did copacetically put 3 layers of lacquer on the top of that guitar. It is sitting on a foam pad that's crammed in the claw cavity of the back of that guitar body so that the back is actually not sitting on that butcher paper. Because the back has been shellacked, I may or may not have opportunity to show that to you in just a little bit. One of the best things about the project to date is that I was able to complete the back of the guitar body again and shellac it without getting too much debris and nonsense on the front of the guitar body. So my friends, I think we're in good shape to move into wet sanding. Should you fancy an adventure with some wet sanding, man, why don't you run on out to the kitchen, grab yourself a Diet Coke and some popcorn, baby. Meet me back at the workbench, Jake. Come on, man, get your snacks, Jake. We got some work to do. Let's get into it. Well, all right, my friends, I have some 1000 grit sandpaper, wet dry sandpaper to be specific about it. And I've got some spray weight glass cleaner, ammonia free, you understand, for that ammonia free feel. I don't know why that's a big deal, but apparently ammonia is a bad thing with guitar finishes, guys. So we're going to take a little bit of spray weight, and I think I'm going to tackle right here, which will live under the pick guard area, just to kind of see what's up here a little bit, Jack. Just to kind of see what's up. Now, because I've got it sitting on that foam block, it's a little bit hard to handle now. Down, 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 down. I just think I'd do something like that, Jake. I think that'd work out all right. All right, so I'm going to repeat that process up here on this horn. Man, how's your day going, guys? What y'all working on, man? Anybody got any cool guitar projects you're working on, Jake? Yeah, man. Guys, I hope that whatever you're doing today, man, you're surrounded by people who love and affirm you, Jack. Yeah, man. People who get you, you feel what I'm saying, man? People who champion you, man. People who support you in all things guitars and life. Now, guys, I am trying to do 2 things here while I visit with you and talk about guitars and life. I am trying to keep that sandpaper as flat as possible, and I'm trying not to push down so hard. That's what I'm trying to do, guys. Just trying to let the sandpaper do its work. It's almost effortless on my part. Again, this is 1000 grit sandpaper. I'm trying to keep it flat. Oh man, I still got weirdness. Dang it, I still got weirdness. I've still got... All right, don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. All right, guys, I've still got some weirdness here. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to, what was I doing, 800? I don't think I should go any lower than 800. That seems like that'd be a bad thing. I think this guy's guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing. It's Ted Talks Guitars and Life, Jake. You didn't expect me to know what I was doing, did you? Guys, I have a vague idea of what we're supposed to be doing here. It's just not working out for me. it's just not working out, guys. Let me focus under this pick guard one more. Let me just experiment with a couple things, man. That's better. Anybody see the orange peel? You see it? Man. I don't know what else to do. I really don't know what else to do, guys. I don't know. Well, man. I just don't understand, guys. I just don't understand. All right, most of that lives under the pick guard. I don't think I can shine that. I think it'll... That looks really trashy. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna go up to 2000 grit. I don't really understand what's happening, guys. I really don't. I know I'm not applying any water here. I was watching, what's that cat's name, man? His name's Brad. And that cat, man, like he's a painting professional, man. I'm not a painting professional. Clearly. But he was talking about how he doesn't believe in wet sanding. Just never believe. It says something like, yeah, I'll never put water on, introduce liquid onto a guitar body. And I was like, well, that's an interesting perspective. So I thought, well, maybe since I think I've already screwed this up, and I don't know that I've screwed it up, guys. I think I just didn't. Maybe I needed to put some wood filler on this body. I've still got orange peel out the wazoo over here, man. But we might as well keep on going. So I just decided, well, man, maybe we'll just do a little bit of 2000 all over the front of this body and see what happens. So that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. What you guys doing, man? I don't know. I don't think this is really going to work out for us. But it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. I tell you what, guys. If this orange peel doesn't go away, I'm going to have to call that character. Because I just don't know, man. I know what Chris is going to say. Shout out BCG 5150. My dear brother Chris is going to say, more lacquer, more wet sanding. Man, I've lacquered and I've wet sanded. This is my second time. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But clearly something's not right, man. I mean, I'm assuming. Because I'm assuming when I polish it, you're going to be able to see all of those love marks right there, man. I think what the wet sanding does help with is it keeps your sandpaper from getting this gummed up so quickly. I'm sure that's a real thing. But, you know, hey. Well, alright guys, we've resorted to 2000 grit dry sanding. And I don't think this is any better than it was. In terms of the first time we did the wet sanding, we had some orange peel in a few spots. Now we've got orange peel almost everywhere. At least I'm assuming that's what that is. It's like the guitar body has pores, and those pores are not sandable. And kind of jacked with my mind a little bit. So I don't know. This was 1,000. This is 2,000. Yep, I think I'm going to keep doing 2,000. Maybe I should go back to wet sanding. I don't know, guys. I don't know that it makes a difference. And I'm not. It sure doesn't feel like there's any difference to me in the wet versus the dry on the sanding from this thing. And I'm just trying to kind of gingerly let the sandpaper do its thing, let the suction of the water in the sandpaper. I'm not exerting any pressure really to speak of. The only pressure is really trying to guide the sandpaper. Steer the car, as it were. Well, I've got less of that weirdness over here than I had on the other side. Or maybe it's all about the same, I don't know. I don't know if you could tell on the camera, but there are some spots where it's kind of uniformly dull. And then there are just some spots, man, where it's basically orange peeling. Yeah, that looks awful. Everything about that looks pretty awful, guys. Man, I was really hoping for a better outcome, man. I mean, it's smooth, don't get me wrong. It's smooth. All right, I'm gonna go back down here with the 2000 since I've got it. Well, that's better. Now, what I don't know is how many more times I can do that before I eat through all of the clear. Thing about it is, you really have to be in certain angles to even see it. I think I might as well do 1,000 all over now, just for uniformity's sake. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably the best looking part of it. Still got some weirdness. I guess my sandpaper's not really flat on this. So this is wet sanding with 1,000 grit, and it appears to be working better, I think. Well, my friends, there are certainly a lot of channels that make this look super easy. And I don't know how they do it. I do not. I have followed every protocol and step that I have been able to observe in the other channels. Lots of clear coating, lots of wet sanding, and I think this looks pretty stinking awful, man. I really, really do. Well, I always say I don't care about cosmetics, and I guess it's a good thing. I don't know, guys. I wanted a much better outcome than this, but I don't guess that's in the cards for me, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's nothing I can do to get that peel out of that. I mean, what's the difference between this and that? I don't. I've done the same thing all over, man. I mean, I guess what we could do just for fun is we could throw some product on there and see if it's going to matter. I don't really think it's going to matter, though, guys. Is this guy using his hand? Yeah, I'm using my hand. It's not going to matter. It's not going to work. I don't think that's going to work. You never think anything's going to work. That's because it never works. Well, it works sometimes. Very rarely. Yeah, very rarely. That's fair. That's a fair assessment. That is a fair assessment, my friends. I mean, that's not going to do anything to that. It's just going to accentuate the fact that I got orange peel, right? Yep, that's what I think. So, I mean, we'll just keep on keeping on, I guess.
If it's a day called today, come rain, sleet, or snow, we're talking guitars and life jack. Get your popcorn, a Diet Coke, and come on to the show. Let's go! TED Talks, guitars and life. TED Talks, guitars and life. TED Talks, guitars and life. What's the point? It's Tuesday night. Ted's talking guitars and life. If it's a day called today, another guitar, some stories, and a video. Lots of cool folks are gathering in the comment section. Get your beverage, your favorite snack, and come on to the show. Let's go! Come on, Jack!
Well, my friends, it is far from perfect, but it's going to have to do, guys. I don't think I can do any better than this. It is smooth. You've got some peel here. You could probably tell that in the right light. You could see that pretty good. I can live with it, guys. It is what it is, man. I have got to move on with things. I can always come back, I guess. I just don't know how to get rid of the peel. I have lacquered and lacquered. I have sanded and sanded. I have waited and waited. And I just cannot produce the kind of cool results that Chris, BCG 5150, can get. So, my friends, we're going to have to call this good enough on the front and move into electronics in the next vid. However, before we do that, my friends, I need to deal with the back. Because you may have ascertained in the fast forward action that man, I had wax and stuff going everywhere, Jack. So hopefully this is dry enough for me to take this rag and do this with and not mess up that finish on the back. And I'm assuming that I need to wet sand this, which I am really scared to do given my track record with wet sanding. However, I do believe it needs to be done, my friends. So I'm going to go back at this. So I'm going to get some Sprayway glass cleaner. I'm going to get some 2000 grit sandpaper. I'm going to get one of my little cork blocks. And I'm going to see if this is going to work or not. Now, guys, I get that I run the risk of really jacking this up, okay? So I'm going to do my best not to jack it up, but if I jack it up, it is my guitar. So there you go. let's just kind of see what we got here. Little 2000 grit, very lightly. I'm applying no pressure, and my goal is to just kind of sand down kind of the spittle, I guess is a word I would use. And I guess we'll see what we got, Jack. I've lost track of which. Yeah, that's smoothish. That is smoothish. Alright. And you can kind of tell I've got a little bit of peel there, and guys, I just can't care about that, man. I just cannot care about it. I really cannot care about that, Jack. I like that it's smooth, so I'm gonna do this other side. Man, I hope that you guys are having a great day, man. Whatever it is you're doing. Timestamp the video for everybody. This is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving in the States. And I'm just working on some projects, man. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. What are you guys doing, man? What y'all working on? What are you guys working on, man? Well, she's smooth, man. I'll give you that. Now, it is doling up quite a bit, which my understanding is that's exactly what's supposed to happen, so I'm not going to panic about that just yet. Now, I may panic in a minute. I sure might. But I'm going to try not to. Smooth is what I wanted, and smooth is what I got, baby. So I like that. This part up here, I don't know, man. It's kind of... That's always the most precarious part for me to sand in general. So maybe I'll just try to do a little bit of this with like this. Whoa. Yeah, let's try to do a little bit like something up here like this. I know, Chris, flat, baby, flat. Yep. And I'm just trying to get it smooth, guys, that's all. Alright, I feel pretty good about that, man. I feel pretty good about that. Yeah, I'd love to be able to move on to doing some wet, no more wet sanding. Please don't say wet sanding. I know, right? Oh man, I can't help it. Was this in the shot? I love that. Sparky, how's my video look? Love you, Spark. Mean it, baby. There ain't no joke about it. All right, well, what should I polish this up with? I'm gonna do a little paste wax, Jake. So guys, you may have caught in the fast forward ruckus of the front of the guitar body that when I apply paste wax, Minwax that is, I use coffee filters. I read somewhere on the Googler that if you don't have cheesecloth, which I don't have, guys, I need to make an investment in some tools and some real stuff, man. I appreciate Chris's heart, man. BCG 5150, man. Chris is always talking about using what you got. Guys, it's a budget channel around my shop, and I am doing the best I can with what I've got, Jake. But if I can do some modest tool upgrades and get some better equipment in the shop, man, I'm all for doing that, Jake. I'm looking at the coffee filter after I do that because I'm just curious if I'm getting any color off of this, and I am not, so that is really good. I think that tells me that I at least waited the appropriate length of time. Now guys, you may be able to tell, or maybe you can't, that this is just a little bit different shade on the back than it was in the last video. Well, my friends, that is because chaos did ensue, as it always does on the channel. What happened was I went to put some varnish on the back of the guitar body. And the thing that we've talked about on the channel quite a bit, and I know that some of you have asked me about it, you know, how can that be? Because I tend to use water-based RIT dye, but I finish with oil-based products. Now guys, water and oil do not generally mix well, right? And in fact, an oil-based product will sometimes, and guys, I've got to say sometimes, because sometimes it happens this way to me and sometimes it doesn't. What I mean by that is sometimes I put an oil-based product over this RIT dye and it just does what it's supposed to do. Well, I guess it was the day before yesterday or so, I attempted to put some, I think I was going to varnish it up. I was just trying to shine it up, man, that's all. I was thinking, well, maybe the shellac, you know, I like the shellac all right, but I don't like for it to pop, you know, quite as much, be as juicy, glossy is what I mean, as say Frankie was. Shout out Frankie, who loves you, baby. And yeah, man, so I was looking for an alternative to shellac. And so I've got this varnish that I've used in the past on other projects, and I thought, well, let me try some of this varnish, man. So I started putting the varnish on, guys. It took almost all the color off of it almost immediately. I don't know why it was any different than it has been any other time I've done it. I do the same thing every time. You know, I don't mind having results that are not positive. What freaks me out is when I do the same exact thing that I've done before, but the results are completely different. That's what always freaks me out about this. So I don't know, guys, what happened. Anyway, long story short, what I had to do was redo the back of the guitar. So I ran out of my cocoa brown. I think I mentioned the last bit, I was about out of that. Well, sure enough, I ran smooth out of my chocolate color RIT dye. And so this is what the last few drops of chocolate brown that I had, and tangerine. And I think it looks pretty good. I don't know that it's as dark as it was the last time that you saw it. Guys, I'm just gonna clean up while I'm talking to you, man. I hope you don't mind. I know you don't. Man, if you hang out with me on the regular, man, you're here for the hang. You don't really care about production value and quality. If you did, man, you'd have never lasted on my channel for more than a vid, probably. But so I'm just gonna continue to clean up a little bit while we chit chat, Jack. Yeah, man, so it's the holiday week and Ella's got a friend over and they're being rowdy 9-year-olds in the backyard. You can probably hear them, or maybe you can't, Jack, I don't know. But I sure do appreciate each and every one of you, man, spending any time with me today during this process. And I know that that was quite a bit of fast forwarding, and maybe it was quite painful for you to watch me fail as miserably as I did. But you know, guys, I just think maybe it's helpful for somebody. Man, I've watched, I can't tell you how many videos I've watched of guys wet sanding. I can't tell you how many. How many I have out. I mean, you know, what's the old expression, man? 10,000 hours of anything and makes you an expert or something. I don't think I've got quite 10,000 hours in, but guys, I've got a lot of hours invested in watching YouTube videos, as you guys do too, about all kinds of things. And one of those things that I've watched a whole stinking lot of, man, is refin kind of stuff, man. I mean, I've watched guys do it. I've watched them wet sand. I watched Chris wet sand and lacquer and all the things, man. Guys, I watch those guys. I watch Brad. I watch Chris. I've talked to Smoke Eater Guitars, man. Hey guys, if you're not hanging out with John at Smoke Eater Guitar, baby, you're missing out, Jack. Let me encourage you to go over to John's channel, man, and subscribe to Smoke, man. Yeah, man, absolutely. What do I have here? I've got some 3/0 steel wool. Well, that doesn't go in the buffing pad box, my friends. So, I don't know, man. Sometimes I do it and I get good results, and sometimes I do it and I don't. And I generally follow the same methodology, and I don't really know why opinions vary. Now, guys, why did you let me put the buffing pads up, man? We're not done buffing the guitar yet. Let me get it back out. I ain't mad at nobody. Whew, I thought we were gonna get fired. Yeah, Mr. Critic, look, man. If anybody ever gets fired, Jack, you are going to be the first one to go, my friend. I cannot emphasize that enough, Jack. All right, let me get the buffing wheel back out. Now, the small one is what I use for the Minwax paste wax. The larger ones I use for the turtle wax. And so I did turtle wax the front, rubbing compound and polishing compound, aka 415 and 417. Guys, it's what I have, man. One of these days when I grow up, I'm going to drop $100,000 in StewMac and buy some more tools. Now, hey, man, I did buy a very expensive screwdriver kit. Look at that. Yeah, man. And I got a fret rocker, a StewMac fret rocker. Well, they're having a sale. And I bought a t-shirt. So, next time you log into the channel and I'm wearing a StewMac t-shirt, don't think I'm trying to help them sell anything, because they don't need no help. Yeah, man, a t-shirt for $1? You know that's right, Jack. I'm all over that. And it's black, too. That's my color, baby. You know, guys, I don't want to say anything, man, but I think that's polishing up pretty good, man. I can at least tell a difference, you know. Am I buffing correctly? Guys, I don't know, man. It's Ted Talks Guitars in Life. Well, my friends, we have completed our assignment today. The assignments were twofold. One was to wet sand the front of this guitar body, polish it up. The second opportunity was to wet sand and polish the back. And I think, all things being equal, man, at the end of the day, my friends, is it perfect? Guys, it is not perfect. I've got some orange peel here and there and everywhere. The back looks pretty smoking hot. I think color-wise, it is not perfect either, guys. But I think I feel pretty good about all of that. All right, my friends, well, that's going to do it for the body. So we're going to come back in the next video. We're going to handle up our electronics. We're going to reassemble the guitar. We're going to set the guitar up. Maybe that's one video. Maybe it's 8. I don't know, guys. I never know what's going to happen, man. But whatever it is, Jack, I want to thank y'all, man, for spending any time at all today on the channel talking about guitars and life with me. Hey, special shout out to the Jacks, our channel members, for all your love, support, encouragement, and constant edification. Man, oh man. You guys are the best.
Well, as always, wherever you are in your guitar journey, I pray it's a long, smooth, safe, joy-filled ride for you, Jack. Hey, rock on with your bad selves, everybody. Catch you down the road.